Base Camp, part of the Northeast Kingdom in Vermont. Gosh, I'd say it's about -2 degrees today, and it's been pretty cold the last couple of weeks, and we don't expect it to get much warmer anytime soon. But this is what we signed up for when we moved here from the seacoast of New Hampshire. Brought the whole family up to find a way to kind of take advantage of what nature has to provide. To that end, when we did this, we started a YouTube channel for family and friends, I don't know, back 4 or 5 years ago. And it kind of just sputtered out, didn't really have too much purpose to it. But since we've stopped doing it, we've had a lot of requests from family and friends, and also from guests that stay here. We have a glamping operation here to start the video again. So we're going to start this YouTube series again, kind of show you around the property, show you some of the things we're doing, and hopefully it's interesting that for you to kind of get a sense for that when you visit. Anybody's welcome to come and stay with us here on the property, and you'll get to see a little bit more of that as this video series unfolds. But for now, let's get you caught up on what's happened over the last couple of years. So the purpose of buying a large property, this property is just over 200 acres, was to give the family an opportunity to kind of find what they love about what they could love about nature, and how to kind of take advantage of it and the raw resources that nature provides without taking away from nature. And to that extent, one of my sons is very interested in woodworking, and so what we've done over the last several years is kind of create a vertical supply chain where we source the lumber from the woods. We try to make most of it from trees that have already fallen. We've got a sawmill, and then we've got a workshop that takes it from a board to get it to a finished product. And of course, our son Lane is getting very good at in making finished product works, tables, benches, and such. But it's nice to have built a complete vertical supply chain, so you don't have to source product or stuff from elsewhere. Another son is more interested in hospitality. That's Evan, and so we over the last several years constructed a glamping operation. So we have 7 sites, and he's building that up and making that more successful. So that's available to the public. They can come and stay on property and get to experience nature the way we do, other than most of the tents are all off the grid, but there is a common space that has all the modern amenities. But we've been building all that up from scratch over the years. So our family consists of my wife Jane, and son Evan, son Aiden, son Lane, and daughter Faith. We all had a real interest in the nature side of things. We weren't sure if there was going to be an opportunity for each of us to find a way to make this a long-term option. And to that end, Aiden is mostly off property. He just graduated from college and is pursuing a teaching job. And Faith is a senior in high school and looking to go to college. So she'll be away at college over the next 4+ years. And when Faith goes away, we're really going to miss her, because she is very talented as an artist, painting. She does all of our lettering and custom painting that we have for either something that might be produced for sale versus just lettering on our buildings. And she's just done a great job. It really helps the experience of being on the property. So you can imagine that with so much land and really so many different buildings on the property, that we need some tools to help maintain them. And really nothing is more important than this tractor. This thing helps us get the logs out of the woods, helps us put logs onto the sawmill, just brush cutting, just a whole host of things. But right now, the key use for it is snow blowing the driveway. So the driveway is probably a good mile long from the beginning all the way down to the lower cabin. So it takes a little time because with this type of a setup, you always have to be looking backwards. So it takes a little while to get most of that plowed or snow blowed, but does a good job. So this is Base Camp Lodge. When we first bought the place, this was a distillery. This is the home of the original master distiller in Vermont. His name was Duncan Halliday, and so this was this building. They'd taken all the equipment out, but this building was set up to be a distillery on the inside. It was post and beam, so it had a lot of nice features, but it was pretty bare. So we ended up, kind of finishing it off and making it a common space for our glamping guests. So there's the bathrooms and a kitchen and Wi-Fi, but we're going to get more into this and what's happening in the lodge in later videos. But it's kind of an exciting backstory to the whole process. This is our newest cabin. We call it Kilimanjaro Cabin. It's connected via catwalk from the lodge over to the cabin. So it's private, and it was a lot of fun to build that. We had the help of the Amish to do that. But underneath, you'll see what we call our mercantile. So during the season, this is where we'll put some of the products that are made by Lane and by my wife Jane. She does t-shirts. She also does something called Fire Starter. But any products that are coming off the property would go into that mercantile for guests to view and to purchase during the season. This is our sugar shack. This is something that gets used quite a bit for 2 weeks of the year, and that's it. But we've got about 500 or so taps that are all networked in through a tubing system coming down through a pump, and they get that all gets funneled into this sugar shack into an evaporator to make our maple syrup. Last year we didn't have a great year. I think we did maybe somewhere in the 25 to 30 gallon range, but probably should have been closer to about 200 gallons, and we're going to see if we can improve on that this year. Kind of hard to get down there right now, given there's about 2 feet of snow on the ground, but this is one of our tents. It sits on a platform. Actually, the Amish build these tents for us. The platform is 12 feet by 19 feet, so it provides a nice, flat, clean, dry surface for the tent to sit on. It's just something that the guests really enjoy. Rather than having to bring their own tent and set up, they could just show up with the backpack and be good to go. What you see here, a lot of bumps in the snow. Well, underneath all those bumps are Christmas trees. Now, given we have 2 feet of snow on the ground, you can tell that these Christmas trees aren't much more than 2 feet. Some of them aren't even 2 feet yet, but we planted a lot of these 2 years ago as just little seedlings, and then we planted, I don't know, maybe about 25 last year. We're going to do another 25 this year. But our goal here really, I think, is just for personal enjoyment of seeing the trees, having some available for the local community, for just to come and kind of like cut your own. But we're not sure what's going to happen with this, but it was fun to plant them and then to kind of get to see them grow. So we'll see how that goes. So over all the years that we've been here at Base Camp, we have tried developing in a fairly fast time frame in order to kind of get up and running, to get things going where we feel like we could be operational. And that's kind of where we're at now. But everything that we did quickly, not necessarily with the finishing touches. Over the next couple of years, we look to improve a lot of what's been built already, and just make the property more functional, more usable for ourselves, and then for our guests. Another thing that's really important to know is we're not an expert in any of this. A lot of times we learn as we go. We tend to learn really quite a bit from the Amish, who have helped us out to get jump started the last few years, and we expect that they're going to continue to help us as we continue. But that being said, we always invite comments, suggestions for improvements. So if you'd like to take part in that journey, then please again like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.